Buen dia from Oaxaca, Mexico. I want to share a little bit of a data stream that came through me this morning during my personal journaling time. So I'm going to be reading to you a little bit. I'm going to turn the music down, and then I'm going to share what came through. Here you go. You ready? Life is really working. Finally. Excuse any filming errors. Life no longer is happening by accident or happening to me. Since the 2020 reset, my life has been a continuous blossoming of fragrant and colorful floral pastures and herbal gardens with butterflies and birds flying in and out of my home temple, with the scent of sacred copal rising from ceremonial flowers and ceremonial fires. Copal is a sacred incense here in Oaxaca, Mexico. This is real. Every prayer, every thought, every action, every song and dance, poetry and artistic expression has been masterfully evoked from the divine. This is my world and reality. The greater I surrender to the beloved within, the more I make room for love in that still small voice. The greater I perfect time jumping into realities that only bring me joy. Quite frankly, I seem to have mastered a degree of creating exactly what I want and what I want to experience. And the thing is that if I experience a bloop or a slight mishap or a misintention, somehow I've mastered my mind and consciousness to, in that moment or seconds after, I pivot. I can masterfully pivot my thought, engage with a chant of a powerful mantra, and I can realign and change the narrative immediately. It was today that I became very aware that the beauty and the creativity and the freedom and the richness and the engagements and the experiences that I have now in my life is because I have masterfully created it. I've designed it this way. And here's the other thing that I do that works, that seems to work. And before I go into this, let me know, are you learning to master time? Are you learning to jump time? Are you learning to enter different dimensions of consciousness at will? Talk about it in the comments, because this is where we're going. This is where we are, And if you're not there yet, this is where we're going. The masters of light. So if I create, if I experience like, oops, that didn't work, I didn't catch that bus on time, because quite frankly, you could even master that, like catching the bus on time, meeting the person that you need to meet when you need to meet them. So if I've misstep, or if somebody acts a certain way, I just change the energy. I change the narrative. Here's the other thing I do. I engage in opposite perspectives. Engaging in opposite perspectives and points of view is a higher level perception that most of us, especially those of us who are mystics and artists and visionaries and creative, this ability of taking the view of a higher level perception is most needed. When we are aware and awake and alive, we can easily, skillfully, masterfully navigate around and way above the negative thought forms. Why is that important? Because quite frankly, whatever you think and speak is what you are creating. So whatever you are experiencing in your environment and reality at this point in time is a result of your thinking. Because even in the thoughts of the global mass consciousness, there's a way out. There's a way of escape out of those thoughts. But when we are aware that we are masterfully creating form, experiences through our words and thoughts, now it's a game changer. These thought forms are the hooks and chains that can keep you enslaved in the matrix. So you can choose thought forms and language and that are of the higher level conversation, that are of the second earth communications, or you could be creating these thought forms and beliefs, attitudes, words that enslave you, because the thought forms and words you speak, these thought forms create your world and your reality. And that's a fact. That's a fact. You have created your world. I have created my world, which I love, by the way. And now that I know I can do this so wonderfully and skillfully at just a thought and imagination, I've got more to add to it. And it's so much fun. It really is so much fun. So because the thought forms and words you speak create your world and your reality, you have created your world. You have created your reality, your story, your narrative, your characters, your setting, the dialogue. Now, I'm not talking about things that happen like when you're a baby, right? I'm not talking about that. That's another level of this conversation. I'm talking about a person who has control of their own minds and they're aware. This is the conversation. Children can do this, and I'm watching them. I teach them and watching what they're creating by just the tools I give them. Children, teens, mid-teens, all the way up. The hardest ones to create at this time, the persons that are having the hardest time creating a new reality, especially after the bombardment of the negative media, of course, are the more mature elderly. If they weren't visionary thinkers and forward thinkers and troublemakers, earlier in their life, those are the ones that are hardest to shift, to get this, because there's so many things that have already come against your mind to lock you down. So we have the capability, because of the divine beings that we are, to change our reality if we choose, in a moment, in a second, in a breath, within an inhale and an exhale, in a nanosecond. When we realize this aspect of quantum physics, jumping time, and atomic dreaming, these are some of the tools that I use, we can choose to follow the soul law. Listen carefully. We can choose to follow the solar data streams of light and design exactly what we choose. There are billions and trillions of data solar streams of light coming through. Which do you choose? Not all of them are created equally. Well, that's enough for today as far as this little chat that I'm having on Friday, Venus Day, Lakshmi's Day, Abundance Day. I just wanted to share my running thoughts of solar data streams on this beautiful Friday morning in Oaxaca, Mexico. With the birds, I mean, my mornings are amazing, with the birds, wild birds singing and chatting and reminding me it's time to get up. You gotta feed us. They're saying gracias por la comida. Now, where's my next meal? Or they bring a friend and they want to introduce them to me. And of course, I get up. And sometimes they come in, they fly right into my house with the butterflies, and they bring a message. So I'm bringing you a message. Te mando muchos besos y abrazos y bendiciones de los angelitos negros. We have reset and we have recoded. And we are learning the new language of light. Actually, not learning, letting it be activated and using that language. It's already in us. We just have to have it activated. Thank you so much, my friends, for watching and participating and commenting and sharing and putting a thumbs up, supporting, because the message is going out. And although my data says that I have like 4,400 and something people who have subscribed, there's only a little percentage at this moment who are viewing. And of the ones who are viewing, there's only a little percentage who are commenting, sharing, liking. And that's okay, because it's going to change, and it will change rapidly. In this channel of Ayanna Mojica, I will be sharing more of the teachings of light, more of what's coming through with the arts, more of what's coming through with travel, private travel by design, more of what's coming through with the Black Magdalene and the path of the Magdalene Egyptian Isis lineage of sacred sexual alchemy, more of that. I'll be sharing more about youthening, like how are we maturing and staying in youthfulness and attractive and vibrant and juicy, no matter how long we've been on planet Earth. I'll be also sharing about my humanitarian efforts here in Oaxaca, Mexico. Things are booming. I mean, it's really booming. I'm magnetizing a bilingual virtual assistant and bilingual personal assistant to help me here on the ground here in Oaxaca. And finally, I'm making more room in my life. I encourage you to do the same thing. Make more space and room in your life for the things that give you the greatest joy. Have more of that in your life. Blessings to you on this beautiful day in your slice of paradise. And if you don't like what's showing up in your world, change it. Change the channel. Step into a new reality. When you got these tools here, you just learn to up, shift, shift. Okay? Please ask your questions and please continue to follow. And I will be also putting out a list of how you or your friends may support this channel and some of the work that we're doing. It's a great blessing to have you be part of our global community. Blessings to you, bendiciones. Te mando muchos bendiciones de los angelitos negros.